Hi dear guys, this is Sangapal Narwade, and today we are going to start with the chapter cell cycle or cell division. Initially two questions are asked. Question number first, how do your wound heal? So we know that when we get the wound, at the time, at the place of that wound, the tissues are lost. So the answer of this question, that how do we heal our wound, is that simply by the replacement of destroyed tissue by the living tissue. That means the tissue that is destroyed in the wound, the tissue that is destroyed during the injury, those tissues are replaced by the new tissues or new living tissues. And question number second, what is the difference between non-living and living material? So this is very simple questions, and you all guys can give the answer of this question. The answer is living material is made up of cells, where the non-living material is not made up of cells. So this is very simple. We know that all the living organisms are made up of cells, and the non-living material is not made up of cells. Second slide. Life of all living organisms starts with a single cell, and that is called as zygote. So we know that if we look towards the body of any living organism, or any human being, or any elephant, tiger, etc., etc., we see that they are having the huge bodies. And as mentioned over here, the life of all organisms starts with the single cell, that is the zygote. So this structure is microscopic, and from this microscopic the huge body is formed. So what makes all these things possible? From a single cell, how the animal with the trillions or millions of the cells is formed? The thing behind is, or the magic behind is the cell division. So for further growth, after the formation of the zygote, for further growth, the cell division is needed. And due to that cell division, cell multiplies, and millions or trillions of cells are formed. Now in the next slide we can see that I have shown there is a parent cell, and that parent cell, it undergoes the interphase, and from that interphase it again goes into the M phase, and at the end of M phase the cell two daughter cells are formed. Okay, we can see in the figure. And next to that, again I have repeated that phenomenon. That daughter cell itself, it becomes the parent cell, or it acts as a parent cell. So that parent cell undergoes interphase, then later it passes into the M phase, and again two daughter cells are formed. That means how the daughter cells are formed from the parent cell, this is mentioned in this figure. Okay, and this is the cell division. Next slide. Parent cell divide to form daughter cells, as I mentioned in the figure, and then each daughter cell becomes the parent cell, and it divides to form two more daughter cells. This process continues, and cell cycle or cell division is the process which brings multicellularity in the animals. So as I told that how the multicellular organisms are formed from a single cell or from the zygote, so due to the cell division. So the definition of cell cycle in the next slide. Cell cycle: sequential events occurring in the life of cell called as cell cycle. That means throughout the life of cell, okay, that means from when the cell is produced, okay, from that point up to when that cell going to form the two daughter cells, up to that, the time period During that time period, the sequential events occurring in that particular cell, and this is called as the cell cycle. Okay, cell cycle is divided into two parts. First part is the interphase and second part is the M phase. Okay, that means all the sequential events that are occurring in the life of cell are studied under these two headings. First heading is the interphase and second heading is the M phase. So interphase again get divided into three subphases: G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. While the M phase, that is also called as the mitotic phase or meiotic phase, or this is also called as the phase of division. Okay, this is also called as phase of division. So next slide. What interphase shows us? During the interphase, the cell grows in size. How it is growing in size or why it is growing in size? Because it synthesizes the proteins, it synthesizes the RNA, the duplication of the DNA takes place within the cell, and due to all these phenomena, the cell grows in the size. Okay, so all these events are occurring in the interphase. And the second phase that is given in the cell cycle is the M phase. Okay, I already mentioned that M phase, it stands for the mitosis or meiosis. Okay, so during this M phase, what happens? The division of the cell takes place. In the next slide, we can see the figure of the cell cycle. Okay, so this is the figure of the cell cycle, and in this figure, what we can see, the G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase, these are the three phases that are given, and these are the sub phases of the interphase, as already we have seen. And next to that, mitosis is given, in which prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, these four phases are shown. So this is the M phase. So interphase plus M phase, that is the cell cycle. The first phase that is given, G1, in the first phase in the interphase, that is the G1. So what is happening in the G1? What phenomena takes place in the G1 that are mentioned over there? In figure we can see very clearly that the G1 lasts for 8 hours or more than 8 hours. Okay, then later the second phase that we can see, this is the S phase or the phase of synthesis. The S phase stands for 6 to 8 hours. The third phase in the interphase, that is the phase G2 or G2 phase, it lasts for 2 to 5 hours. So in this way, if we calculate the time period of the interphase in whole cell cycle, it goes up to near about 23 hours, depending upon the types of organisms and depending upon the types of cells. This time of the cell cycle or the time of the interphase and mitotic phase or M phase can be different, but generally in the mammalian cells, this interphase lasts for 23 hours, and in those 23 hours, the G1, S and G2, they last for these hours that I just told. After that, the M phase or the mitotic or meiotic phase, they shown that this phase lasts for 1 to 3 hours, and at the end of the mitosis, the two daughter cells are formed. We can see in this figure how the two daughter cells are formed. The next phase, the next slide, interphase. So we'll see the interphase in detail. What happens in the interphase of the cell cycle? So cells, the interphase is the longest phase of the cell cycle. The question can be asked in the examination that which is the longest phase in the cell cycle. So it is the interphase. Cell is highly active during this interphase. Okay, metabolically it is highly active, or too many functions are performed in this interphase. Next point, cell make itself ready for the cell division. So what is happening in the interphase? Because we have seen next to the interphase is the M phase. M phase means the cell divides in that phase. That is the phase of cell division. So before the phase of cell division, cell has to prepare itself completely. It should be completely prepared for the cell division. Okay, so this phenomenon happens in the interphase, and we already have seen just before a minute that subphases of the interphase are G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. These are the three phases that can be seen in the interphase. Okay, so the G1 phase, what happens in the G1 phase? The G1 phase is also known as first gap period, okay, or first growth period, or post mitotic phase, because just we have seen the cell cycle is divided into two phases. First is the interphase, and second one is the mitotic phase. After the end of mitotic phase, the interphase starts, and after the end of interphase, the mitotic stage starts. That means if the mitosis is finished, and after the mitosis the two daughter cells are formed, and now before some time we have seen that the two daughter cells that are formed, each daughter cell now act as a parent cell, and that is going to divide. That means that daughter cell which is formed recently after the cell division or after the mitotic division, it will undergoes the interphase, and in the interphase the first phase is the G1 phase. So that's why the G1 phase is also called as post mitotic phase, because the G1 phase occurs after the end of the mitosis. So that's why post mitotic phase. Second point, it starts immediately after the cell division. So as I mentioned, as the two daughter cells are formed after the cell division, after the mitosis, so as soon as the daughter cells formed, they starts or they directly goes into the G1 phase. Next point, what happens in the G1 phase? The RNA synthesis and protein synthesis takes place in this phase. So RNA is synthesizes and protein is also synthesizes. In RNA, mRNA, rRNA and tRNA are produced. Okay. Along with this, also the membranes are formed during this phase. Next to the G1 phase, S phase. The S stands for synthesis phase. So that's why it is also called as the synthesis phase. As mentioned in the name, the synthesis of DNA is takes place. So the DNA synthesis as well as or we can say that the replication of DNA is takes place in this phase. Along with this, DNA as the replication of the DNA takes place, that means the number of DNA get doubles. So DNA doubles. Why DNA doubles? Because at the end of cell division, at the end of mitotic division, the two daughter cells are going to formed, and each daughter cell must be provided with one set of chromosomes or one set of the DNA, and that's why in this phase, in this S phase, the DNA is replicated, so that the equal copies of the DNA or the equal copies of the chromosomes can be distributed to the formed daughter cells. So DNA doubles, but DNA doubles, but remember very important thing, the number of chromosomes remains constant. The number of chromosomes remains same. This is very important point to note down. The DNA doubles, but the number of chromosomes remains same. Keep it in mind. Okay. And the final thing that is happen over here in the S phase is that histone proteins are synthesized. We know that histone proteins are the proteins that help to wrap the DNA around it. So the DNA molecule is very elongated, and that elongated and complex DNA molecule is wrapped around the histone proteins. Next to that, the G2 phase. What happens in the G2 phase? Okay, it is also called as the second growth phase, and we know that after the G2 phase, the two daughter cells are going to formed. That means the end of mitotic phase will takes place. Okay. So uh, the nucleus is increases in size during this phase. Size of the nucleus is increases. Metabolic activities required for cell divisions occur in this phase. That means the all the things that are required for the cell division, all these metabolic activities are carried out in this phase. The RNA and protein synthesis is also takes place in this phase, and the daughter centrioles are also seen. That means the parent centriole that also doubles or divides to form the daughter centrioles. And in so we will stop here, and the remaining part we will see in the next lecture. So please don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe my channel.